What is up, guys and girls? Welcome to the Let's Be Real podcast. This is your host, Naomi, and I'm here to cover all things health, fitness, lifestyle, and mindset. The aim of this podcast is to inspire you to become the best version of yourself. It is also a place where I talk openly about things that most people just don't want to discuss, like mental health and motivation, just to name a couple. Plus, I'll be here to give you some little tips and tricks on how you can become a more evolved you. So let's get started. Alrighty, guys, what is up? Welcome to the Let's Be Real podcast. Now let's address the elephant in the room firstly. I'm not talking about Mr. Bunny right here. I'm talking about our special guest today. Benjamin, introduce yourself.
Hello,
please.
I'm Benjamin.
I'm Benjamin.
I am your partner.
Yes, those that have not listened to episode a little while ago, Valentine's Day special, please feel free to tune into that. There is another elephant in the room. That is the fact that we are recording this on video for my YouTube channel that went live yesterday, Wednesday. So I'm so excited. So this is the first time that I am recording this on video as well. So that will be up on YouTube probably the same time this is released on Spotify and iTunes. So welcome if you are watching this live on YouTube, then yeah. Let's get started. I'm excited. I haven't had Ben on a poddy in a while, so I've been looking forward to this. He is excited. He's just being quiet right now.
It's quite early.
It's quite early.
I've got coffee.
Yeah, that you do.
Yeah.
So today's podcast episode is all about, before you actually, just those that are watching, I have my phone because I have notes on them, so I'm not texting. Anyway, so today's podcast episode is a sequel to last week's podcast, which is all about isolation and everything that's going on in the world at the moment. But I wanted to do a health and fitness one and just sort of touch on like training from home and whether you should change your nutrition up and all of that stuff. So I thought I would get Ben on, as he is also a personal trainer, and we can just spitball some ideas, hopefully not cause any arguments.
We'll see. See how we go.
So firstly, we will start with the life update. Now, Ben, do you want to go first with this one?
Sure. What's happened since last time? Well, we've moved in together.
That we have.
Yes. That was a big step.
Were you not moved in last time?
No, I was staying at your place.
Oh, okay.
Every now and again.
Sure.
Yeah. And now we like legit live together.
Thought you were going to say now we own a place.
No, not yet.
No.
Yeah.
So we moved house. I think I told you guys in my last update, but we have a nice, beautiful home. What else is new? This is your update, not mine.
Well, I thought I would be an uncle by now.
Yeah.
My sister is still pregnant. She was due like 8 days ago.
You're right.
So
8? No, I think it's like 10 now.
no.
She was due on the 2nd. So 9 days.
Yeah.
We're both right.
Yeah. Down the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to be exciting. We don't know whether it's a boy or a girl. So
We both
surely that'll come in the next couple of days before Tuesday.
We both think that's a girl, hey?
I think it's a girl.
I think it's a
I
girl.
thought it was a girl from the start, but I don't know. It's probably going to be a little boy. No, my luck.
No, I hope it's a girl. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
I'm excited for a little pandemic baby, to be honest. Pandemic baby. No, bless.
Crazy times.
I know, it's so crazy. Let's just hope he or she is healthy and happy, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
What else is new?
Well, the gym's closed, so everything has been moved online. The whole business is online. We're doing Zoom, face-to-face sessions.
Yeah.
Everyone else is just online coaching.
Yeah. Welcome to the world of online.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
I'm not used to sit down. I'm used to walking around the gym and lifting weights or plates and dumbbells and stuff. So
it's definitely a hard life to adjust to. I think a lot of people are going through that.
I think as much as I don't like people in general, I like the face-to-face talking to people at the gym and just walking around, being somewhat social, I guess.
A lot of like PTs, like how do you transition to online? I think you're either one or the other. You either love that face-to-face connection or you just love behind the scenes sort of stuff. And I love the face-to-face, but I don't know, I just love my life more now. So yeah, it's different. What else has happened since our last podcast together with you?
Jeez. Just been working on a website.
Yeah.
Been working on ebooks. Studying in
exciting. It's everyone's very different with like how they use their time. I guess now they're in isolation, so it's good to being proactive. I think I might rub off on you a little bit on that one.
I think we're just adjusting to ISO life, I guess.
Yeah, which is why I wanted to do these poddies as well.
Yeah.
So a lot has changed for both of us. Is that all you've sort of? That's all your life update, hey?
Yeah.
My life update, guys. You would already know this if you haven't by now. I have a YouTube channel, which I told you about last week. So thank you for all of your love on that one. Remember that there is a Happy Way giveaway, so that will be announced on next week's vlog. So you still probably have time to enter that. All you have to do is screenshot your favorite part of the episode, just put some fun gifs on there and then put it on your story. It is so easy and the stakes are so high. So guys, enter. I wrote down a couple drop points. Guys, I have a newfound love for Marvel.
For the people that can see the video right now, look behind me. Marvel Cup, little baby Thor over there.
Oh, guys, he's ridiculous. No, but I guess at that time we sort of just like watch a movie or lie down or relax or something or watch a doco. But I've just been wanting to watch and be updated with all of the what are they called? The series? No.
The Marvel Universe, I guess.
Oh.
They're all in order.
Okay, that's enough. Calm down. Yeah. Anyway, also those that are watching the video, my belt has arrived. Yay! No, so I created a belt with anvil. I don't think I updated anyone on this on last week's episode, but I created a training belt with anvil, so that is awesome. Shout out to them. They are currently just putting a hold on any manufacturing purely for like obviously being in lockdown. You can still pre-order them anyway, but my belt has come. It is beautiful and I'm obsessed. Perfect. It's Easter weekend. That's exciting.
Yes.
I love chocolate. We have our little Link Bunny on display. He is the best.
And these as well.
Yeah,
Little
chocolate eggs. What else was I doing? Oh, I had a watch giveaway. So now I gave that away yesterday. So that was awesome. That was with Willow and Skye, which I said about last week. Oh my God, this morning I had a Zoom coffee date with the girls. That was so much fun. It was so cool. I mean the girls, not like my girlfriends. Well, they are my girlfriends, but like the Evolve squad. So we went on and we did a Zoom date. So everyone had their coffees and their puppies and their cats, and it was cute. It was really nice to catch up with them. I'll now pump through these because I'm just rambling. My emails have now relaunched. I've had such great feedback from that. You've loved them, haven't you?
Sure.
Come on,
I read them.
You said you loved it.
Yeah, they're alright. I like them.
Anyway, so they're back on, so you can subscribe to them. They are more of a content-based sort of thing, so I'm loving that. That's like twice a week. And I am rewriting my recipe ebooks, which is cool. So I do have some currently, but I'm just relaunching them. And I have 2 epic new ones, which are going to be super exciting. That sort of sums up our life, doesn't it?
Pretty much.
As you can tell, there is a lot going on. So I apologise for that long life update, but we're busy people, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
So the quote of the day is shoot for the moon. Even if you miss it, you'll land amongst the stars. How good is that? That is a vibe. That's like Marvel based. Shoot for the moon.
You calm down now.
I'm trying to quote it over here.
We go past the moon.
Oh wow. So getting back to business, today's podcast is about 3 little topics. So adapting to home workouts and like motivation and how to sort of change your training from home, altering your nutrition and if you should change it to like isolation life or not, and just the Easter weekend. So we're just going to have a little chat about that, not take up too much time because it's all over social media. So why ramble about that? Anyway, topic 1 of the day is adapting to home workouts. Do you want to take over, Benjamin?
All right. So it comes down pretty much what you have available.
Yeah.
You got to make do with what you got.
Yeah, sort of like assessing the situation and just, I guess, putting in front of you what you have. And if you do have a coach, letting them know so they can make an appropriate training program. Or if you don't, just sort of coming to the conclusion that is literally all you have. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. we're lucky we've got a barbell and some light weights, but
like 2 10 kilos. Nothing good.
Yeah, we've got like sandbags and stuff as well. No actual dumbbells. We've got like 4 kilo and 6 kilo, but nothing for me, I guess. Yeah,
basically like what we wanted to get at with this podcast is that you can still have a really good training program with whatever equipment that you have. Now, obviously, Ben lifts heavier weights than I would, so he has to adapt a little bit more. For the males that do listen to this poddy, you can still get a good workout in, am I right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can still achieve like progressive overload and everything. You just have to adapt to what equipment that you do have, and we will just sort of, I guess, help you a little bit on managing that. So a few ways that you can still achieve like good results. Do you want to rattle them off, or how you can adapt to them?
Yeah, we can increase intensity.
Yeah.
We can change rep ranges. We can introduce more sets.
Yeah.
There's a few different ways you can do that.
Yeah, so like increasing reps or sets. Just say if you were to do, like for example, a deadlift at a gym, and I don't lift this amount of weight. If you were to deadlift at a gym, just say you're doing like 4 sets of 100 for 8 reps. Goals, just saying. Now, when you move at home, all you've got is 40 kilos. Rather than doing 8 reps, you might have to increase that to say the same intensity, but increasing that reps. So like, what would you suggest for those people?
That's a big change, but I guess to get the same type of feeling, you don't, I mean, with changing the rep range, even though it is lighter, you're more prone to get injured.
Yeah.
Because you're pushing yourself further endurance-wise or fatigue-wise.
With achieving more reps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some people aren't used to lifting for 20, 30 reps.
Yeah.
At just some point your technique will break down.
Yeah, I obviously wouldn't suggest someone to lift for 30 reps, but like even if you increase it to like anywhere between 12 to 20, okay, it might be still super easy, but you're still going to get a good workout in if you have that across 4 sets rather than like 2 to 3 sets.
Yeah.
Now obviously you won't be moving the same tonnage, which is, that's totally fine, but even just bringing it back to basics a little bit and making it harder by like adding in techniques or like paused reps or 1 1/4 or time under tension. Do you want to go into a little bit more about what those sort of mean?
So your time under tension is pretty much the time it takes for you to lift it off the ground if it's a deadlift.
Yeah.
Off the ground, at the top, on the way back down, and then again. So if you do a normal deadlift, you normally fast as you can on the way up, so maybe 1 second, not much of a hold, and then control it on the way down for a second, and then reset.
Yeah. So like if you were to change that, I was going to say as an example is like a squat, but if you're going to change that in a deadlift, it's like still exploding up, but then like holding for 2 and then counting down for 3. So that will increase like time and attention. Essentially.
Yeah.
Obviously that's just like working the eccentric phase, but like a squat, you can just stay at the bottom of the movement for that little bit longer.
Yeah.
Or count 3 down, hold for 3, 3 up. That's obviously a long time under tension, but you can still achieve the same like muscle fatigue in a way, I guess.
Yeah. You can also shorten rest periods in between.
Yeah.
So instead of having, if you're having a minute or a minute and a half rest in between heavy
At
squats,
the gym,
then when you're at home, 30 seconds.
Yeah, definitely. That's something that I don't normally actually monitor at the gym, and it's just been interesting sort of changing that up when you are at home and being like, oh, I was just sort of standing around at the gym like between sets, like chatting to friends. So it's cool to sort of push yourself in that way. Also adding like supersets, I'm a bit of a fiend for that, even just in any style of training, but I love just adding something else on the side, like switching between exercises. That's a good little burner as well. And I guess just changing like your focus. And I don't mean changing your goals in particular, I just mean like adapting and overcoming, which we're all saying that at the moment, but just shifting your focus a little bit. Like I know that I have, but is there anything that you've done that's changed, like how you've changed your style of focus or training or goals or anything?
I mean, everything's sort of changed.
Yeah.
It's just about adjusting the best I can.
Yeah.
So obviously training's not the same as what it was, but I'm doing what I can with what we've got.
Yeah, but like have you changed your like your goals or your focus. Like for me now, instead of focusing on building more muscle, my goal now is maintenance, and I'm working on other things like my mobility that I've been neglecting for so long, and just focusing on stretching, like adapting to yoga, or doing core strengthening exercises, because normally when we live busy lives and are going to the gym, my training sessions would take like over an hour. Now I have more time because I'm not commuting. I'll spend that extra 20 minutes and do an abs workout or something. So I think you've been doing a little bit the same. You've been increasing your stretching.
Yeah, I've been increasing stretching, my rehab, mobility work as well. But in terms of like my goal, obviously my goal has changed because I'm not going to build as much muscle at home as I would at the gym, because I wanted to potentially go on stage next year. Yeah. That's just out of the window for now.
Not, well, I wouldn't necessarily say that. It's just been put on the back burner. Yeah. Like I would still love to compete again one day, but like that's just, it's not my focus. Like it's just not. Yeah, I guess
the shift has, it has shifted to maintenance.
Yeah.
Holding as much muscle mass as I can.
Yeah, and I think that should be a lot of people's focus at the moment. And like I've seen a post on Instagram recently, and you'd be surprised how little work needs to be done to maintain muscle mass. Like, don't stress, guys, that if you're not lifting heavy weights that you're going to lose muscle. If you're under eating protein and if you're in a severe deficit, then maybe you will burn muscle. Or if you're doing long amounts of cardio and under eating as well. But to be honest, if you're hitting your maintenance calories and if you are still moving your body and achieving some sort of progress through training, you will still maintain. Yeah?
Yeah.
Agree?
Agree.
So yeah, I think like if you've been following our grams, both of us, we are now doing like a tiny little bit of a mini cut. That's just purely been by choice. Like I would like to be at maintenance, but to be honest, I'm just really enjoying the shift of focus. So if I'm shifting my focus to just say like ab workouts and booty workouts and some HIIT training, because I'm doing them with my clients, I'm still doing my strength training, but it's just nice to sort of change my nutrition focus as well. Don't you think? Obviously, if you're not focused on building more lean muscle and not being in a surplus, then it's sort of a good time to sort of change that a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's sort of what we've been doing, which has been nice. It's been fun. Loving the challenge. Just going back to the first topic and adapting to home workouts. Get creative. Like, have fun doing something different. Like, what are your clients been doing that have been sort of challenging them a little bit?
Well, the ones that lift like half decent weight.
Yeah.
Obviously they don't have that type of weight lying around home unless they're like a mechanic or something.
Yeah.
But I've been telling them to like load up backpacks, like anything that's sort of quite heavy, and we can still use that, but just change the intensities and the focus a little bit.
Yeah.
I think most of them in this stage have used it as a mini cut, but just trying to keep them at maintenance or as close to maintenance as I can.
Yeah, and I think I saw something on Instagram literally just before I opened this poddy that someone said that they have been getting a lot of questions about whether their clients need to be increasing their training or doubling their training sessions at home because they don't feel like they're not exercising. Like, do you know what I mean? They're not getting like a bang for their buck. And I think that is not incorrect, because I don't want to put anyone down that thinks that, but you don't necessarily need to be exercising more. You just need to be like...
Depends what you have available. I would say that they would need to increase that for certain body parts.
Yeah. So you think people should be training twice a day for 6 days a week?
Well, if they've got bodyweight stuff, then sure. But if they've got actual weights, obviously not.
Yeah. See, this is where we part ways.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that if you're to match the same energy expenditure, maybe, yes. But using this time to shift your focus and not putting so much stress and pressure on your body, because yes, that will be stress. If you're putting stress in your mindset that I need to do 2 sessions a day, who the heck can manage training twice a day? If you can, that's amazing. But I'm just more about like the mental aspect, and if that is your goal to lose weight and you are just doing bodyweight stuff, then cool. Otherwise, maybe change your nutrition to alter your goal. So just give yourself more of a deficit. I think that's sort of, do you agree with me on that one? Because people can't see.
Yeah.
No?
I kind of do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with adjusting the nutrition.
Yeah.
But it just comes down to what their goal is.
Yeah.
Like if they have fairly big goals and they don't want to maintain, they want to keep pushing.
Yeah.
With whatever they've got, then sure, you can train twice a day if you've got the time and the patience for it.
What would you say is like a big goal?
I mean, anyone that was, it's going to be quite hard if you don't own like a home gym to compete, but anyone that's in that sort of realm.
Yeah, like a competing world, you mean?
Yeah, like any type of competing, I guess.
Yeah.
Not just bodybuilding, but like if they are like an athlete.
Yeah.
Then yes, I would look at maybe training twice a day to hit the same intensity as they normally would.
Yeah.
In the gym, but it comes down to the person and what their goal is.
Yeah, and I guess not everyone like has time or I think like a lot of my clients are just gen pop, so that's sort of why I focused more on this aspect.
Yeah.
I think a lot of competitors have their own coaches and they can give them their own advice, but this is generally like for most people in the population just generally want to lose weight or just keep fit. So I can speak for like my clients. A lot of them are focused now on running, or a lot of them are focused because they've always wanted to run. One of my girls this morning says she wants to do the splits before she gets out of ISO, so she's an ex-gymnast. So she's also a powerlifter. So instead of powerlifting, we're now focusing on her mobility because she wants to get back into gymnastics. Like, it just depends on the person. But yeah, I think definitely just adjusting. And if you have no idea where to start, like get a coach. Not plugging either of us, but I don't see, like, there's nothing sort of wrong with getting advice, especially if you have no idea what you're doing. There's so much free content on Instagram, but what's the use of that content if you're not like relating to it? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, speaking of that, actually, we are going to be releasing a challenge. Now, so many people are doing ISO challenges at the moment. So we haven't finalised details, but that is to come. So I'm excited for that one. Just to drop that in there, if anyone is interested, feel free to let us know. Now the next topic is altering your nutrition to isolation life. So I guess we sort of touched on that just a little bit, but do you just want to start on one of those dot points for me?
Yeah. So I guess it comes down to your goal and has it changed in these circumstances?
Yeah.
For most people probably.
Yeah.
Or you can at least put it on hiatus.
Yeah.
And change the focus to what we talked about before. Like we did talk about with trying to preserve as much muscle mass as possible.
Yeah.
A few things you can do is increase your protein.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, well, general pop in particular, they probably don't eat as much protein as they should.
Yeah.
Especially if they've got a lot of muscle mass. So they need to increase that and have like good quality protein. Try not to just smash it with protein powders unless you're eating like a crazy amount of protein.
Yeah. Which I think most people should be on like at least like maximum 150, obviously, unless you're talking to the male pop. But probably 90% of this podcast channel is females.
Yeah.
So like generally trying to stick to whole protein sources just to avoid any like muscle loss as possible, and trying not to put yourself in a crazy deficit as well. Now looking at the other aspect, I have a lot of girls message me being like, I cannot stop eating out of the fridge. How do I stop this? I said this big message to a girlfriend the other day. I'm like, why are you doing that? She wants to compete as well. Well, she was meant to compete in July, I think, or October. Obviously that's been cancelled. I'm like, what is your big goal? Like, you still want to compete, you still want to get on stage. You just need to adapt to what's going on in the world right now. Like, this isn't forever. It's for a few months. We have no idea how long. But you need to adapt for the time being, but still keep your goal in mind. Like, stay out of the fridge, basically. If you find that you are boredom eating, there's so many little tips and tricks that you can do. The main thing I can honestly say, not relating to food, is just remember your focus and what your big goal is at the end of the day. Do you have any suggestions on what they can do for those that are boredom eating or comfort eating or binge eating or whatever?
Yeah, I used to have a little trick.
Yeah.
So anytime I was feeling hungry, I would go and have a glass of water.
Yeah.
And I felt that to that.
Well, your body
Didn't get rid of it,
yeah.
but it reduced it.
Well, so, like quite often, sorry, your body actually confuses hunger with thirst. So it's not actually sure whether it's like hungry or thirsty. So I always say this: if you are hungry or you're just like snacking on the computer, you're probably thirsty because look, we don't really drink much water. Like you've probably noticed a decrease
100%.
in water since you work from home. I've been doing this for a while now, so my life's sort of pretty much cruisy. Another thing is like volume. So increasing food volume to keep you fuller for longer. Now, if you are on super low calories and you're increasing heaps of volume, you might have to just be careful with your fiber because that will increase like digestive issues. But yeah, just trying to not snack on like high caloric little things, but actually having larger portions of meals and just sitting down and like pairing with the water, putting your phone away, putting all the computers away, and just like mindfully eating. Ben says this to me all the time.
Yeah.
I rush my food so much, like it's so bad, but I'm so hungry. But I'm not really in a deficit. I am, but like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not starving. I just want to eat my food because I enjoy it.
Yeah, but you're always hungry afterwards.
No, that was only when we were eating that big ass bag bowl, and I was like, this was so filling. So carbs, like pasta are super high in carbs, and we had this like tiny bowl, and I like scoffed it down. I was like, well, that was boring. But yeah, just being a bit more mindful when you are eating. So like having a mouthful, making sure you fully digest it, and not digest it, make sure you fully swallow it before you pick up the fork and have another mouthful. Another thing is focus on micronutrients. So I cannot stress enough how important it is to, like, I guess at times like these when we are more sedentary, I can never say that word.
Sedentary.
There we go. Is just making sure that you are looking after your gut and your brain are connected. So what you feed your stomach will affect your mental health and then vice versa. So making sure that you do focus on those micronutrients, especially at times when we are at home and like anxiety is increased. Just really looking after your health, both mentally and digestive, internally wise. Anything else on that one?
Just eat more veggies.
Yeah.
Eat more fruits. Get creative.
Get creative. That was another one I wanted to say. Those that are now working from home or living at home all the time, you have so much more time to get creative. Like have some fun recipes. Like how many fun recipes have I been making lately?
A lot.
Yeah.
Most of them have been pretty good.
Yeah. I think like just spending time and learning about nutrition and learning about food. Like use this time to educate yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't waste it.
Yeah. Look, there's a lot of people that like they can do what they sort of like, and I don't want to put anyone down or anything. But just sort of making the most of this time and just focusing on yourself and your internal self and all your internal cues. Another one that I just saw was intermittent fasting windows. And you're the one that brought this up, so I'll let you cover that one.
Yeah, well, I used to do it a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Just because I was in the same boat. I was always hungry.
Yeah.
And partly I was interested in how my body would react to not eating for 16 hours. And I found that when I did that, I was not as hungry.
Yeah.
I felt better. I don't have bad skin by any means, but it cleared up a little bit as well. So it was just extra time that my body had to digest.
Okay.
And reset itself.
Yeah. Now, like I've done this before, but I don't do it, and I didn't do it all the time. I just did it like a couple times a week. I suggest it for those that are like, it's easy if you have a busy life. And I used to do it on days that I was busy. Like you literally forget to eat until like midday. And it's just basically pushing your meals back. So I don't put labels on things and say, oh, I'm doing intermittent fasting. You're just not eating breakfast. Like you're just pushing your food back. So yeah, just sort of setting smaller eating windows. Now, sometimes that doesn't work for everyone. Sometimes this causes binge eating problems. So that's another thing to be mindful of. But I think you just sort of have to listen to yourself. Like today, we ate breakfast, but tomorrow, because we're having a really high caloric dinner, because it's Easter, we're going to push our breakfast back. I'm not going to go and say we're intermittent fasting.
No.
I'm just getting on.
We're just saving calories for
yeah, you're just like moving your food back a little bit. So I think that is a good tip as well for those that find that they are snacking. Anything else else that you wanted to add on adapting to home workout, nutrition and training and stuff?
I guess the main thing is not to stress too much.
Yeah.
Like we're all doing the same thing, slightly.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's just you, like we're all doing it.
Yeah.
So don't stress too much if you can't lift what you normally lift or you can't eat as much as you normally would eat.
Yeah.
So only for a little while.
Yeah.
Just calm down, take a deep breath.
Yeah. Trying to stay positive.
Yeah.
As much as you can. Like we're literally all in the same boat, and I cannot say this enough. Like just to chill out. There's no point dwelling on the fact that you've got no gym. Nobody has a gym. Just focus on other aspects in your life that you can bloom into. Like I'm not going to go down the business avenue of this. Don't get me started. That's a whole nother chat. But just focusing on other aspects of your health and nutrition that you and your training that you've always wanted to do but you haven't had the time for. Now the third topic is Easter. I'm shaking the bunny for those that can't hear me. Lent is a vibe. Anyway, I wrote we both did actually. We both did an email. We both have email like subscription lists to cover Easter. Now I don't want to spend too much time on this because everyone puts posts up about how to manage calories at Easter. I think we both sort of believe that there is two ways to go about it. It's pretty obvious. Either have a good weekend and enjoy it, but only if you can achieve this with a mindful and guilt-free manner. Cannot stress that enough. If you can't have a good weekend and be guilt-free, track your calories, make it fit into your calories. I think this is why we can relate so much is because to a certain extent we can both be flexible, like I'm a little bit more flexible. But if we want to track, we will track and we'll fit as much in our calories as we can, as chocolate wise or barbecue or whatever. But then we both know if we go over and we don't track the alcoholic beverage that we're going to have, we're both like, oh cool, I don't care. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You agree? So yeah, anything else that you wanted to say on that? I've got a few other little dot points, but like, what's your point on Easter and monitoring food?
I think with Easter, it's more of a family time.
Yeah.
And the main idea is to spend it with family and have a good time and just enjoy it.
Obviously, we are saying that you should be staying at home during these difficult times, but you can still see family on FaceTime.
Yeah.
So like making sure that you are, if you're going to go see your family, I'm not going to say anything about that because that will encourage fines in the world. So please abide by the rules. But yeah, if you wanted to FaceTime them and have like a group family dinner, so set the camera up or on your laptop, everyone eats the same dinner, or you have an Easter egg hunt and you FaceTime each other and you do that. That's cool. I'm actually FaceTiming my auntie that lives in New York tomorrow morning. I haven't told you yet. We just booked in the time anyway. So I'm excited for that. So we're just going to have a catch up because obviously in New York there's a lot going on over there at the moment. But you can still see your family, and I know it's hard if you are alone, and I'm sorry, please feel free to reach out to, speak for myself on this one, if you are struggling a little bit, but like set new traditions. What are we doing on the weekend?
Easter egg hunt.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
This is our first Easter together, and we're going to have an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah.
We got a barbecue update.
Barbecue.
That was a life update. We built that yesterday.
Yes, we did.
And I say we because I was a boss on the tools.
I'd say you were a pretty good apprentice.
I was a good helper. I actually did a lot. I didn't just stand there. Anyway, I did for a bit. But yeah, setting new traditions. So whether that be with your roommates or something, hiding some Easter eggs. If you don't celebrate Easter, then just live your normal boss life. But yeah, just set some new traditions. I'm not going to go into too much of this because we both sent emails out over the weekend. If you're not on those emails, please subscribe. But a summary on that. I have a few dot points. I don't even know if you read them.
No.
Basically, just live your best life and keep active. Don't dwell on the fact that all of this is going on. You can still achieve your goals. Just keep them in the back of your mind to come back to later. If you have access to a gym, that's amazing. You are so lucky. If you don't stress. You can still achieve epic results without it.
Pretty much just stay positive.
Yeah.
It is a time to enjoy. So don't stress too much if you do go over calories, and if you don't train or whatever it is, just enjoy it, being in the moment.
Yeah. And I think just coming back to all three of the topics, it's just adapting to this new life, I guess, and just doing the best you can. That is all we can do. You cannot control the uncontrollable. Just keep or follow us on the grams or whatever for our challenge announcement. I'm keen for that. Make sure you do the YouTube giveaway for Happy Way. That is until Sunday night time, and then I'll be that's when the entry is closed because I have to edit the vlog, which will go live next Wednesday. I think that's about it, guys. Anything else?
That wraps it up.
We've pretty much covered that one. On that note, have an amazing Easter. Oh, Ben, plug yourself. Plug away, my doll.
Plug myself.
Yeah.
Jesus, you haven't said that before.
Anyway, how do we find you on social media?
Well, you can find me at Benjamin Short Fitness on Insta or
There's all underscores
Facebook.
in that, yeah? Isn't it?
Jeez, I can't remember.
It's Benjamin _Shaw _fitness, I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
Guys, we'll look it
I
up.
don't search myself.
I'll put him in the description thingy.
Yeah. Well, you won't find me at the gym for another 6 months, so
Good life, Rabina.
And then hopefully in the near future there'll be a website with the same name. So just stay tuned for that one.
Yeah, and that's it. I'm sure you can find him on my socials anyway.
Yeah.
It won't be hard. But yeah, just to end that, thank you very much for listening. Please stay safe over this long weekend. If you're listening to this and just wanted to sort of know how to adapt to home workouts and nutrition, thank you very much. Stay positive. And if you have any questions, please feel free to message us. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks, guys, and have a great weekend.
Happy Easter, guys.
See ya.
That's a wrap, people. That's a wrap.
Oh yeah. Thanks, guys.
I'm going to eat this now.
Happy Easter. Thank you all so much for listening to my podcast. I am truly grateful for each and every one of you. If you liked today's episode, please share it on your story and leave a 5-star review on the Let's Be Real podcast. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions for me, topics you'd like to be covered, or anything at all, please do not hesitate to contact me on Insta or email. Also, if you want to get to know me a little bit more, see the show notes below for my info. Otherwise, find me on the gram at Naomi_Zee-McKillop or at letsbereal.podcast. That is all for today, fam. Have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world, and remember, become a more evolved you.